Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Silver Screentime. We've got Karl Porter, we've got Phill Sutton, and myself, B.Silver. Today we're doing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Quentin Tarantino.
A
man who has done 9 films, is it?
That's his 9th one, yeah.
It's mad that, innit, to think.
There's actually a technicality here.
Oh, yeah. Kill Bill, is it
Kill
two?
Bill, is it one film?
Oh, is it? How many is it? 2 of them?
Well, there's 2 of them, but apparently, like...
They just class it as one?
He made it as one film, didn't he? And he was like, I'm making too much sick film.
Yeah,
here.
it's
I'm gonna
like,
have to
I've
cut
got
it
so
into...
much content in these films, I'm just going to split it up and...
Yeah.
So basically, came out 2019.
5 years ago, it's got a studded lineup, as you would think.
So I remember watching it at the cinema. I went to watch it at the cinema because...
So did I, actually.
You know, we're now... Well, we would have been like, you know...
Late 20s?
Late 20s. And I fucking, like, obviously, you know, you buzz off. You're into films, you buzz off, obviously, Quentin Tarantino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The guy's sick, mate. What can I say, right?
Every film is...
Yeah. But yeah, so I watched it at the cinema. You've never watched it. You watched it for the first time.
I watched it for the first time today.
Today, right? Wait, before we get your opinion on what it was like, right? Have you watched other Quentin Tarantino films?
Yeah.
So you've watched Pulp Fiction,
Reservoir Dogs,
Kill Bill,
Inglourious Bastards,
Django
Unchained.
Yeah. Right,
Jackie Brown.
Not watched Jackie Brown, actually.
Okay.
Maybe that's another pot now.
Racist. No. So basically, what did you think, Carl?
Well, it's set on. There's like there's true events with the Manson family, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tied into.
Is that his next door neighbours? Or is that, you know what I mean? You know, Margot Robbie's?
Yeah. Margot Robbie is Sharon Tate, who was a real actor, who was actually one of the ones that died in that. And then he moves into the house next door to them, doesn't he?
That's it, yeah. Because he is living. That's after he does all the other films.
Yeah.
Afterwards, because he's.
Well, I think he moves in, but then that happens after all those other
Right,
films,
yeah. Because he's obviously Leonardo DiCaprio. Is like.
What do you think of Leo in it?
Leo man. Still got the peng hair, as Ben says. Still got his peng ass as well. You see it in the pool. No, you don't. But
well looking.
You want to see my ass again, huh? I'm Ricky. What's he called? Ricky Dalton.
Rick Dalton.
Yeah. So like overall, like, did you enjoy it?
It's one of them, innit? Because the film's like 2 hours and 40 minutes long, so it's a long haul of like sitting there and thinking, right. It probably did take about. Like, I was invested from the get-go, but it was like 40 minutes where I was like, right, I can see why this is like a sick film.
Yeah, I get that. I think
I
had the same kind of feeling with it, yeah.
Because it's, like I said, 3 hours. Sometimes when a film's like that long, you're just like, right, when am I going to get invested, I guess. But with it being Quentin Tarantino, like I mentioned, star-studded lineup, like he's got Leonardo DiCaprio's in it, Brad Pitt, Kurt Russell, he's like a cameo in it.
And he
Al
does
Pacino.
the voiceover too. Al Pacino, yeah.
Yeah. Margot Robbie.
Yeah. Margaret Qualley.
Is that Pussycat?
Yeah.
She's
the hippie crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who played Manson in 2 separate things. Austin Butler is in it.
Austin Butler's in it. Damian Lewis is in it.
Damian Lewis, yep.
Dakota Fanning. Sydney Sweeney is in it.
Is she?
Yeah, she's the one at the door when he comes to the Manson thing, and she's like,
"Oh shit!"
Yeah, it's Sydney Sweeney.
Right.
Yeah.
No way.
Again, just some.
So basically, everybody who was in this film is now like smashing it. Like fucking Quentin Tarantino just made everyone's.
Yeah,
everyone was.
100%.
Yeah, you kind of guess everyone was already like Leo. Brad,
yeah, obviously, like Leo, Brad Pitt, and like say Kurt Russell, all these people. But like in terms of like say like Margaret Qualley, Austin Butler,
they're all like the main.
Dakota, Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. I mean, Dakota Fanning is actually a has-been now,
True,
which is mad. Like,
because she was a kid.
Because she was smashing it as a kid.
Yeah.
That's the kid who he throws on the floor at one point, isn't it? Is that it? The one where he's doing the Ricky Dalton when he's in
No. So we're talking about Dakota Fanning plays the woman. She's like George is blind. I fucked his brains out last week.
Oh, she's like on the chair, like, go and see him. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, you have to fucking touch his cock because he's fucking so floppy. I couldn't even fuck him last night.
I fucked him last night.
Yeah, so basically that's what's so mad about that scene, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that redhead? I'm fucking blind.
Yeah, exactly. Like Cliff's like, because he tries waking him up, doesn't he? It's funny if you wake him up, he's like, just gets his stick out, and like, fucking just suck it.
Yeah.
I can't see anyone.
And then it's like, hey, it's me. It's fucking Rick Dalton's stunt double.
His long-term stunt double.
So basically, it's Spunk Bubble. So fucking
Spunk Bubble.
Hey, Spunk Bubble, get on the Ricky Dalton, huh?
I got a spunk bubble in my stunt double. So basically, yeah. So anyway, Dakota Fanning is. You've ever seen War of the Worlds?
No.
Have you not?
We've not seen
Have you ever seen Man on Fire?
Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the little girl in that,
Right.
the little cute girl.
Yeah.
That's Dakota Fanning.
Right.
She in like 04 or something.
Do you remember in Friends? You've seen Friends?
I've seen Friends, yeah.
Do you know when Chandler and Monica are gonna buy a new house and there's a little girl in the house?
Don't worry.
Where he's like, he's talking to her, and then afterwards,
I didn't know
Chandler's
this.
like, yeah.
Shit.
Chandler's
Everyone's
like,
in Friends, though, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, so this is Dakota Fanning,
Right.
And so what's mad about this scene is that she's like, this child star,
and he's made of this like,
and he's made of this mental character where she's like fucking.
Who is it?
She's like, me and George fuck every night. What do you gotta fucking say about that?
Tell me if he walks here, like, because you don't really see it, but then you see about fucking 6 people just stand up in there. You know when he's like, the guy in the wine shirt's walking towards the door. He's like, I'll deal with him. Everyone leave, and then about fucking 6 people stand up. You're like, whoa, this room's fucking tiny, innit? But
So
that used to be a set, didn't it?
Yeah,
back in the day, or something, and then
Spawn Ranch. I think.
Yeah, then Cliff, played by Brad, he's pretty much going. What's the old guy called? George. He's pretty much going like, does George know about all you lot squatting on his thingy, basically? Yeah.
He's like, are they what they doing to you, kind of thing. But
yeah, like, is he all right? And he's just like,
they're gonna blow me till I die. Yeah, that kind of thing.
But so obviously, like Quentin Tarantino's like just fucking, made, and it's funny because the girl who he smashes against the. Yeah, at the end.
Can't wait to get into
Mikey
that scene,
Madison, her name is. Sadie, the character.
Yeah. So apparently, this is on Instagram and that, whatever, that I've seen that she's like hotly in this new film called Ancora, is it? Or something like that. It's like hotly tipped, like Oscars, all this kind of stuff. And like, it's funny. I did like literally, I think I seen something where it's like some reel on Insta where it's like, Austin Butler, this girl, just like. But yeah, so it's interesting. I don't know, what do you think about it, Phil?
I think it's sick. Yeah, it was one of those where I watched it in the cinema as well, and I was trying to think of what it is that my feeling was after watching it, and it wasn't that I was like, oh, is that it, or like, oh, I don't get it. It was more like it's a Tarantino film, so you go, there's loads to that I didn't get on a first watch, which is a good thing about it. And then and as well, there's so many just there's such cool shit. Because obviously, Tarantino, he was like, I want it to be like the love letter to Hollywood thing where he's like, he's showing all his favorite shit from Hollywood. And he's like, it's again, one of those revisionist history things where in Inglourious Bastards, he kills Hitler in the cinema. In Django, the slave shoots up the slave owner's house. And all that shit, and this it's like no, Sharon Tate didn't die. We killed the Manson like killers and stuff. So they're flipping it again. He's flipping it again, and it's because you are watching it going like, well, what's going to happen to them? Because
this is the thing is that the first time I watched it, I think I enjoyed it a lot more because I was like, I don't know what's going to happen in terms of like I was obviously you're expecting him to play out that Manson killed Sharon Tate. In real life, because that's what happened in real life. Yeah. But then, obviously, when the ending happens and fucking, he tortures him and all this mad shit happens, it's
mad
like,
as fuck.
So it's like, it's sick that happened. But whereas when then you're watching it for a second time, third time, fourth time, I feel like, it's not as good because I know that all this mad shit's gonna happen at the end and like.
But I suppose that mad shit at the end was like for some people that you're watching that film going like, it's good. It's very Tarantino, but it's not like chopping heads off in Kill Bill. It's not like stabbing someone in the heart to wake them up in Pulp Fiction. It's not all this gruesome shit. It's not like the torture thing in Pulp Fiction, all these different ones. And then when it gets that bit where he's bashing a head into
so
the thing.
Graphic,
yeah, graphic. You're like, oh, it's
like
Tarantino.
the dog as well. Like
the
sometimes
dog
you see dogs like biting onto pants and shit, to scare people in films when they like, go and get him. But this dog's like
going for
viciously,
it,
like fucking ripping dicks off and shit.
Yeah,
no, he always does fucking like go to that extreme. Where you like, where you like, it feels like, oh, this sounds corny, but it's like, if I was to make a film, I would want it to be like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in terms of like like you say, let's not just get the dog to, like
I was
fucking
watching.
get someone's like leg.
Like bark at him.
Yeah,
Oh.
bark at him. Fucking let's get him to literally the dog
100%.
go bam on the genitals.
I was like
Yeah,
watching like the ending, just going,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
But,
Yeah.
that's an argument for it though. Is you saying that's what I would do? Is you going like it's the reason you enjoy him is because you're watching it going, Tarantino's doing what we would all imagine if you did this in a film and he does it, and you go, that's why you enjoy it. You're like, that's what I might do. Like, I might go that far, kind of thing.
But to be fair, like when I watch it now, like, and the suspense of like, is Marilyn Manson going to kill Thingy? I'm like, I already know that doesn't happen. So the suspense is gone from the film, and I'm just left with like chunks of it where I'm like, I like that scene, don't like that scene, like that scene. So like Al Pacino in it, I think's corny. I don't really like Al Pacino in it. He like comes in, he's like boom, doing all this shit, and it just seems
Just
a bit,
like, get me a Hennessy.
yeah,
whiskey,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's just, I don't know, like fucking bit weird. And then I don't like that black and white scene at the beginning where it's like, because it opens right.
Oh right,
The first thing that you see is like this, like
behind the scenes.
He's getting
of Rick
interviewed as well,
Dalton's-
innit?
Yeah, with this guy, and he has this weird, awkward interaction.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's like it's. I hope obviously it's probably meant to be and whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I felt like that was a kind of, and he says a weird joke in it. Where, well, I don't know whether it's a joke, but
what's he say again? Yeah.
he says something going, would you carry his load? And then he going, is that what you would describe it as, carrying his load? And he goes, yeah, I guess I do. And I was thought, like, is that like a gay joke? Like,
Yeah, like he's carrying his
Right.
cum or something.
yeah.
I was thinking that. Yeah. Literally, yeah. And then even the interview goes,
yeah.
like,
Right,
them two
that's
just
so
going,
mad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fucking, like-
I thought that
That's
you know.
so,
do you
well,
think-
well, it's funny that's how it sounds, but I guess what it is the whole thing for the film is like Rick Dalton's the main character,
Yeah.
and he's the actor, but
Yeah.
of
Cliff
course he is, it's
Booth-
Leo.
yeah, exactly. But Brad Pitt's character is carrying his load. He's literally like
Yeah.
doing all the work for him.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he's
yeah.
behind the scenes in a way, like not taking the credit. He even saves his life at the end, so he's literally
Yeah.
doing everything for him. And it's like really a lot of that story is about that. But when I was saying it's great and stuff, like I agree that there are many parts in it where I'm going, Tarantino's like, he's like, it's a bit self-indulgent at times, and I'm sure he would be like, "Yeah, it was, yeah," in an interview, like, "Yeah, it was, yeah." Like,
All
just
right.
going, yeah,
We're
yeah.
self-indulgent. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not biting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
biting.
he'd do all that
I
stuff.
shut you down.
I'm having this conversation.
Tom Cruise is gay.
It's a gay play. They're in a
Yeah,
gay, gay way in the gay play. No,
But yeah, there's a lot of bits in it that are corny and like, well, not corny. Well, I suppose there are probably are parts like that, but there's a lot of it where you're like, all right, I get it. All right, I remember the first time watching that scene where they keep going over. Oh no! There's a really mad scene in it when he's talking to Timothy Oliphant. Again, I looked at the cast again. There's so many good actors in it, and there's a point where it keeps cutting away to something, or like being really jarring, cutting. And as well, there's that scene where he's been superimposed into The Great Escape as like a deleted scene, and I'm like, good job, but it still isn't convincing. Like it still looks like he's in front of a mad green screen or something.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
There's
Yeah.
a few of that kind of thing. Like Scorsese, like The Wolf of Wall Street. There's a couple of other films. So there's that moment. I think I mentioned it before on this podcast, but there's a moment in Wolf of Wall Street where suddenly on the yacht they're playing Foo Fighters, and it just seems really like, what the fuck is this doing in here? And this film has about 3 of those moments where you're like, why is this in here? This is weird.
You can tell it's a bit mad because like there's a few black and white films he's in where he has like a cameo, and like even when he's talking to the soldiers, is it like every time it pans to Leo, like the soldiers from behind are not moving,
Right.
so you just know it's like
Right.
it's not legit.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And they're moving when it is on him.
True.
So-
I don't really mind that. I didn't really mind the fact that it was like looked fake or anything like that,
Right.
because I thought, it's like, he's just showing that, like, yeah, the CGI in The Great Escape. I mean, there wasn't any CGI in The
Yeah,
Great Escape,
yeah.
but I know, you know what I mean, like, but I know what you mean. There was certain things like, I've just found, I actually didn't mind that shit, like where he's like plays that FBI character.
Well, that one I don't mind when it's like, because it looks quite, it's intercut with. It's not like they've put him over the top.
No,
of the
because
scene.
obviously in Great Escape they had to just use that
Exactly,
infamous
yeah,
scene
yeah.
and then put him over it. But like, with fucking There's a few of them, but like, yeah,
It's the bit where he's going like that.
and I
at the
don't like
screen
Michael
showing him.
Madsen's in it.
Yeah,
Michael
true.
Madsen's in it.
Mm.
Fucking,
Oh,
as
Reservoir
like that
Dogs.
cowboy in the fucking black and white bit.
Yeah.
Where he's
Right.
like, he says some. It's all weird and jarring dialogue, which I'm sure he meant it to play like that because
Probably, yeah.
that's probably what he remembers it being like. I don't know, but like, yeah, Damian Lewis.
Damian Lewis,
I
yeah.
don't like him in it.
Is
There's
he the
this
one who has
weird
the little?
thing- there's this
Queen.
weird thing with his like, he's like taps on his. He
Oh,
goes,
really?
he wanted to fuck her, and
Oh,
her wanted to
yeah.
fuck him,
Yeah.
and he does this weird thing. And I'm like, oh,
Right.
I
He's
could
probably just seen him do it with one thing and be like,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
that's his.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
Is that the
tick.
guy who does the scene with where he's messing up his lines?
no.
Who's the guy he sat with? You know, where he's like keeps spitting his finger out. He's like, God damn it!
Timothy Oliphant, that, isn't it?
Is that Tim? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
You're talking about the guy who plays Steve McQueen, who at the party,
Mm.
right at the beginning when Sharon Tate, Margot Robbie's dancing. And
Right.
it's showing all the dynamic between them. He's like,
Yeah.
she wants to fuck him, and that.
Right,
that-
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Steve McQueen. It's meant to be Steve McQueen,
Yeah.
Mm.
but played by Damian
Yeah.
Lewis, and he's fucking like smoking a joint and explaining the dynamic. between
Yeah.
them.
Right. Yeah. Then they're married and.
Yeah, and which, to be honest, I didn't really. I never enjoy the like Sharon Tate and that and her little coterie of people.
kind of
I never enjoy them scenes.
Right, yeah.
You forget she's in it sometimes.
Yeah,
she's
no,
not in.
definitely.
She's not in like majority of the film, is she?
This was a big thing
And I
when it
don't
came
like that little
out.
Jace. I don't like a little mate
Emil
as well.
Hirsch.
Yeah, he's in it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So many actors in it.
One of the main scenes.
Into
you
the
mentioned-
wild.
Yeah.
Into the
Um,
fray.
It's a great film.
That one where she goes to the cinema. She's like,
Yeah.
what if you're in the film? Yeah, that's like her main scene, isn't it? Really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this was a big thing that I've seen Tarantino talking about in interviews. I'm sure it'll be in the trivia about him. People being like, "Oh, she didn't have much screen time. She didn't have any dialogue." And it was around the time when everyone's like canceling people and stuff. But he was like, "No, I give her like this whole. It's just like this is what she could have done." And it's again one of those self-indulgent like Hollywood, like, "Oh, I'm doing her a service" kind of thing. Which I think a lot of people would watch it and be like, "Isn't this good?" But I think on a rewatch, you're like, "Come on, hurry up!"
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, yeah. And then she gets her feet out and all that, and she's laughing at all the things that happen and stuff. And it is like, yeah, I think that
Margot, yeah, Margot. I've never been that crazy about Margot Robbie. Like as an actress.
I don't think she's
Right.
like. Yeah, people like when.
I
she
think
did Wolf of
obviously
Wall
in
Street.
fucking Wolf of Wall Street, she blew everyone away, and it was like
Mm.
really, really good.
Mm.
And but then ever since then, like I've been like, oh.
right, not been
like
not
there's a
like,
scene in
whoa.
it where she asks to go into the cinema. She's like, I play the klutz. or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's
and
the one.
Yeah, and then they mentioned the
something
other films,
about
yeah.
it which makes me a bit
Cringe,
makes me
innit?
cringe. I don't
Yeah,
know
same.
why.
It is a bit like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
But I buzz off the scene, that whole scene with DiCaprio. Do you know that that was like DiCaprio's idea as well?
Oh, in the trailer.
Well, that in the trailer.
When he
but
smashes
also,
the trailer up.
Yeah, when he smashes
Oh,
the trailer.
fuck, I was
up,
going to bring up that. That's fucking
yeah.
love that scene.
So like, and that what
That's
we were
so
saying.
me. That like if you know me, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like, fucking
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. Wait.
Yeah.
He's like,
When he's just
doing all
like,
that.
I'm not gonna fucking drink again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throws it out. It's like, he's like,
Yeah.
he goes, they're probably thinking I don't know my fucking lines.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
Oh, there's
So
something
good.
hilarious as well when fucking like DiCaprio is hilarious in it actually, right? And he fucking so you know where he's learning his lines with the tape thingy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so basically, what I didn't notice, I only noticed this recently, that he obviously has to record the other voice, and when the
Yeah.
Mexican speaks, he goes, "She is sleeping." Like that, right? You hear it. He goes, "Get your chili pepper daughter out of here." He goes,
Yeah.
"No, senor, she's sleeping." Like that. You hear-
DiCaprio had to
That's
do
DiCaprio,
that.
right? And
I bet he had loads of fun doing
you
that.
know because he's sat in his pool drinking
Yeah,
that
yeah.
margarita, and he's got the tape and he's playing it, and
Yeah.
he's going, and he's doing both the voices so
So
good.
Oh, that's
good,
so
yeah,
funny.
So yeah, the whole scene where like even when he fucks up his line, and then like first he has that interaction with that little girl where she's like
Oh yeah,
impressing him as like an actor or whatever.
I can't. It's at times a bit corny, but like, who would be this smart? But it is kind of a nice scene. I do like
she's
it.
a bit. Yeah, she's a bit.
is that the one who's like, that's the best acting I've ever seen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
so basically that whole scene of like DiCaprio, like having this thing where, and I'm sure DiCaprio like kind of asked Tarantino to have that
Right, yeah, I think there's something like
that
that.
direction for the scene where he kind of fucks it up and then gets it right.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the like when you're watching that whole scene where he's talking to her before, you're like, oh, what's all this about? Like, what's this conversation? And then when she's like, that was the best acting I've ever seen.
It's like, that's
It's
just
like
wicked.
it's this whole thing of like, yeah, he got the approval of this child actor that he's seeing like this potential in her. He's like looking at her, reading about stuff and being like, oh, well, if he respects her more than some of the other people on a set and stuff. Yeah. It's good, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and then do you know what? I wrote a note down about you know that scene where Brad Pitt goes back to his trailer for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And he gets all that dog food out and that. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Something about that, right, should knock me sick. But something about and the dog's like salivating.
Yeah.
It looks like nice to me.
Yeah, because it's like
Tarantino.
He's got like biscuits as well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
proper
yeah.
like he's like, I'm spoiling this dog.
Yeah,
The dog's like
yeah.
a beast. You know what I mean? Just like sat there and it's like it's showing him doing that and then it just pans the dog and he's like,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah, it's almost like he's shot it in a way because the whole thing is like, look how much it's going to pay off later that I have so much control over this dog and that the dog loves me and that I do treat it and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
And but it does. He directed that scene so well that even the dog food tastes. It looks like it tastes good. You're like,
it slops out
yeah,
like, perfectly
it's so good.
out the can.
Yeah, the what's it called? I actually, so the beginning is that like weird little bounty law scene.
Yeah.
And then it kind of starts then in terms of like Tarantino's usual openings, and I think it is really good where it's like it's a shot of like this weird, like looks like colourful multicolored background, and then it zooms out and it's a picture of Rick Dalton.
Yeah.
And they both get in the car, and then the music starts. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? It's like
very
Tarantino.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
mate, we're here
yeah.
now. And then basically, but it's funny because the credits come up, and I think Brad Pitt sat here, Leo sat there. The shots on them on their backs, and it comes up saying Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's like
Yeah, this is a common
Yeah.
thing. If you look up this, look like on posters now. Look out for this. Whenever they have two actors, they never put say if it was you two,
yeah.
they'd switch it, and they do it all the time. I don't know why they do that, but yeah, I think that's like a classic thing that he's doing it like. Do you know, like in what was another film where he got it was Inglourious Bastards, where sometimes it would have English subtitles because that's what old films used to do. They just they wouldn't know the English words, so they just put English in.
Right.
So and he's doing the same thing where he's like, look, it's so authentic. I even have it switch around. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so I liked that. It's funny. It's actually, I know you've not seen Jackie Brown, but it's quite like Jackie Brown like this, like in the beginning, because it's kind of sequence. They drive off and then like it's like on a Pan Am plane. They're coming down the thing. They're coming from the airport. It's like it felt like quite like the beginning of Jackie Brown where she's in an airport.
She
I think,
is, yeah,
and like, and also just like in terms of it wasn't as like action packed as usual Tarantino ones.
Yeah, it's a slow. He's definitely slow burner in it.
I think I've maybe
in a
just
way.
bashed it too much because obviously I only obviously I think I went to see Kill Bill in the cinema when I was like a teenager
Right.
with my mum.
Oh, nice.
Part 2, nice. Yeah.
No, I mean like.
Did she wang you off?
Did you sit in the back?
Yeah. So you're
Mine
sick,
was-
Phil.
I was like, that's cool that your mum would take you to
Yeah,
Kill Bill.
Yeah, no.
You're like, oh, you shake
Raised
my mum.
eyebrows.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to watch it, and I don't think I got it at the time. Like,
Right, yeah.
like I didn't fucking. I was a bit like, this is quite mad because we was watching part 2 first.
Oh, right.
And so anyway, and then fucking, I remember watching Pulp Fiction for the first time and being like, you know, because it was so hyped, I was like, I don't really get why it's so sick. And then you watch it 20 times and you're like, oh my god, it's so sick. But
Yeah.
I felt like this one I've just bashed it out too much. So now I find a few things in it annoying.
Right, yeah, okay.
But I think that's just because I've watched it so much.
Well, I
But,
suppose that you've
Yeah,
watched it a lot. You've just watched it, and my memory, like I've watched it enough times that I'm still like enjoy things. So it'll be good because you'll be pointing out some of the maddest stuff in it. Whereas, what was the scene? Where are we up to now then? Like
well in the
chronologically kind of thing. So we've met.
We talk about him messing up his lines.
Yeah, well, that's kind of part way through the film. Obviously, like Brad Pitt, you know, like fucking, you know, he has that fight with Jackie Chan.
Oh
yeah. Fucking Bruce
Well, come on,
Lee.
Oh, yeah,
there's
when he
not
throws
many
into
like martial arts
the
guys.
car.
What?
He throws him into the car. doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he throws into so there's all that shit, which, you know, I'm not mad. I feel like maybe because I was of an age where I was aware of popular culture, and it came out at the time. I felt like that muddied the experience because everyone was talking about this scene of like,
exactly,
with Brad. Everyone was, and I felt like.
And there's a whole controversy over Bruce Lee's family.
Yeah.
So Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis's family.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis's family from Die Hard.
Yeah. Bruce Lee's family being like, no, that's not how it goes. Like,
Yeah.
he's hard as fuck and stuff.
Yeah, no one
That would
chucks Bruce Lee.
Yeah. No one chucks Bruce Lee in a corner. But yeah, so there's those kind of scenes. Brad Pitt's sick in it because it's like it shows like the one scene that is kind of self-indulgent, but I'm like I could take another 5 minutes.
What do you think about his trim?
Is the driving? What do I think about his trim?
Glasses
Well,
on.
it's classic 70s. He just makes anything. 60s. He just makes.
No, it's mad because it's like a mad trim, but it does look sick. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, it's growing on me that haircut.
Yeah. I wish it was growing on me.
me.
He sells it. Yeah, he sells it mint, doesn't he? Let it grow on me.
Yeah, true.
But he sells it mint, doesn't he?
But yeah, Brad Pitt, and he fucking refuses to get sucked off by.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a line. He's like, do you want to suck your dick while you're driving? And he's like, how old are you? You know what I mean? He's like, no one's asked me that. He's like, you 18? Show me
Yeah.
your driver's license.
And it is quite it's quite a good scene when he comes back after he's been in that little hut. He's spoken to George.
Oh, yeah.
And
I love that scene where he fucking just twats that little gimp.
Yeah. So he comes back and he just fucking like uppercuts him.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
so
lifts
good.
him, mate.
Yeah,
you done
he
that?
does.
He's like, yeah, and he's like, fix it. He's like,
Oh yeah.
I hate that. And I remember seeing that this morning, watching it. This little gimp sat there on a fence, like some little muppet on like a wall. You know, like growing up, like, what are you looking at?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
some
with
little
that
gimp.
laughter.
And I've always wanted just to go, yeah, and just walk over and just go, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and he's like, you want to fix it? And he's like, like little
Yeah.
gimp laughing that, and then he just walks over, fucking twats him once,
Lifts
picks
him.
him back up, doesn't he? I loved a bit like because he goes, starts to fix it, and he goes, can I get a rag before I do? No.
Yeah.
Finish that. He's like,
When he uppercuts him, it's kind of similar to Mickey and Snatch when he gets.
Yeah,
but Brad
yeah,
Pitt's doing it
yeah.
this
Oh,
time.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's the thing. Like Brad Pitt, like just lifts people.
Mm,
No,
he
he was
loves fighting.
he was the one getting lifted in that.
Yeah,
Snatch.
yeah, in Snatch, yeah.
yeah, again. Gorgeous
So
George.
yeah, fucking that's a good scene. Yeah.
What about?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what about when it's first showing Rick, like clearly like he's an alcoholic. He's like showing why he can't drive and stuff. And
Oh, he says a line in it, doesn't he, where he goes like, yeah, my car's in the thing. He goes, yeah, that's bullshit.
yeah,
'Cause I
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
crashed it. Or
That's
something
Kurt
like that.
Russell. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
doing the little
Yeah, he's like lying,
narration
saying
over
my
it.
car's in the garage or something.
And then there's that bit. I don't know where they go, but when they pop out and he's like starts crying, he's like, "I've lost it, brother." And he's like, he gives him some.
In it
shades
after
and
when
like,
he's spoken to Al Pacino.
Yeah,
he gets in the
Yeah,
car.
so,
yeah.
Al Pacino says you want to come and shoot Italian movies
Yeah.
over in Italy.
Some bad titles and then
Yeah,
Italian
and then so he
movies,
comes
aren't
out and he's gutted because like he's got to go and do Italian movies.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And then he starts crying and Brad Pitt says,
Oh yeah, he sticks the glasses on him and he's like, "Don't let the Mexicans see you cry." Like that. He's
Yeah,
sticking
he's-
it,
yeah.
which is an interesting line. I'm not too sure why
What the
Yeah,
reference
it's
you
is
wouldn't
there,
want
yeah.
the Mexicans.
I'm pretty
to see
sure
you.
Don't
that
worry
was
about
in
the
the trailer
Americans, but the
too.
fucking Mexicans don't see you crying, huh?
Yeah. So and then it's funny because Rick Dalton's like one of them guys like, and I feel like this sometimes like he's proper crying and that gutted with his life, and then by the time that they get home, Brad Pitt drops him off. He's like,
He's sound again, innit?
yeah, he's like fucking Roman Polanski lives next door.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like, hey, who am I? Rick Dalton.
yeah,
Like,
and then he goes, "You feeling better now?" And he's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, like,
really,
there's no problem with it,
yeah,
definitely, yeah. Yeah, because that's the mood swings of someone trying to do a job in entertainment. Is like one moment you're like it's all over, and then something else happens, and you're just like, it's fine.
That 10-minute car
and then,
journey.
yeah,
Change round.
exactly, yeah, and you have to kind of have that constantly.
DiCaprio so good at
Yeah,
it.
he's really
Yeah.
good. in it. It's one of his
Fucking-
best ones. Yeah,
It's mad with DiCaprio,
His
isn't it?
little
Like,
stutter and that.
you just think like every film he's been in, it's always like a hit that year. Not like licking his ass, but
lick away.
I'll lick away because I like his peng ass in Inception. But on the beach, referencing B.Silver. But I don't know. It's like when you go through the list of all the films he's done, there's
It's,
never a film where you go, "What's that?"
yeah, it's
you
always
go,
like,
"Oh, like you forget how many fucking like bangers he's done, hasn't he?"
oh yeah,
And
big
that
bangers.
yet again, he's like,
That's what I mean. That's what I said. Like he fucking, it's because he actually is proactive with the director in like shaping the characters' narrative and general, like, you know.
That's like one of the main reasons he's probably at the top of the game, isn't it?
Yeah,
And he has been for what, 20, 30 years now?
Yeah. Slip a bit of trivia in here while it's relevant. Do you know that moment where he's like, hey, you're Rick fucking Dalton, like that? Apparently, when Brad Pitt first started and he's like only getting a couple of jobs, his roommate at the time like was dropping him off somewhere and literally went, hey, you're Brad fucking Pitt. And he was like, yeah. And like he got the other, and he was like, in that moment, I think it was either improvised or he was, Quentin, should I do this thing? And then he's like, yeah, that's perfect. You use that in the film. So some of it is a lot of like, they've taken from their own, because obviously they're playing
own
actors
journey kind of
stuff.
thing.
Yeah. So
where they were from, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Right, lads, we've reached half
nice,
an
that's
hour.
gone by fast.
It's gone fast. You know, when you discuss a bloody good film, it goes fast.
You know, good actors, good directors, good rhythm.
Good arses.
Pussycat.
So let's break here. We'll come back for some more trivia, some other sick shit.
Victoria Pendretti's in it.
Yes, she's a pengy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know why I'm fucking speaking like this, but I like it.
Next half hour, just be like, Michael, what is your favorite scene?
Everyone.
No, so we're gonna go with a bit of trivia now.
Don't like it in that voice. Do the voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go with a little bit of trivia now.
Okay.
Coming up. Yes.
Oh yeah, we should get some trivia up then.
Oh my god, I am DP.
So DP.
The race in tempo. I'm in DP.
So Carl, is there any particular scene that you like the most? While I'm getting
The one
trivia?
where that woman bends over in the car to Brad Pitt. You know what though? That is like.
It is hot.
It is hot, innit?
She is a hottie. She's very charming and just enchanting.
I would have
She's
been
an
buzzing me if
enchanting lady.
like Brad, where the third time she like goes and he's like, and then she starts dancing around. She's
Yeah.
like buzzing. I'll be
Yeah.
like, fuck me.
You go straight back there and then.
Yeah, I mean, if a woman, little hottie, does that to you in the
If
film.
any woman did that,
If any woman, I'm talking a 400-pound lady, she won't have time to turn around. It's the shoe.
What's that?
It's off this don't know what show it is, but this overweight woman in this like reality show.
Oh yeah.
Like she's getting helped up by two people onto the step, but she can't do it, so she goes, "Wait, stop! It's the shoe."
It's not the
It's
shoe.
like it's fucking you.
it's not.
It's not the fucking shoe.
God.
So yeah, actually, a favourite scene.
So that's your favourite
It's
scene.
not a favourite scene, but I feel like because she's
You'd love
like
to
a
go
little
out with
cutie,
her.
isn't she?
Mm.
And even like you can tell Quentin's like the camera shots, like there's so many times he's got like in the car and he's just got like not quite everything, but he's quite got much everything, if
What
you
do
know
you
what I
think
mean.
about her armpits? Hairy armpits.
You
Straight
okay with
armpits?
that?
I
Yeah.
don't even notice that.
No?
So enthralled by the beauty.
Look
By
at
the
that.
little
See,
cutie.
that's a testament. He doesn't even see her
Yeah.
armpits. All have a problem with
See
them.
if she's 400 pounds, though. But yeah, no. And then even when she like lies on his lap, you know what I mean? It's quite like
You're
fucking
getting
hell.
a semi at that point.
Oh, we're gonna send me no. She was at work. But no, you're watching it, just going fucking hell. Because she's like, she must have been buzzing as well, because she was like 25 at that point. So she's just like fucking hell.
Was she?
Yeah, she's like 30 now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But she's like, I'm with Brad Pitt, one of the biggest Hollywood stars, and I'm just like in his
sexy
lap
guy.
driving
Was
in
she?
his car.
You know, she's the daughter of Annie McDowell. Is it?
Oh right, okay. Who's
Okay.
in Planet of the Apes?
Yeah. Have you ever seen
Right.
Groundhog Day?
Yeah, a bit ago. Yeah.
I think she's in Groundhog Day. isn't she?
Oh, the mum. Oh, so there's Andy McDowell and there's Annie McDowell.
Oh, is
Annie,
there?
Annie,
Yeah,
Annie.
Andy.
yeah.
I think I'm thinking the one who's in.
Annie
Groundhog
McDowell. Yes, it's like the woman, the lead woman in it.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, McDowell?
So.
Right, let's have a look at her. Oh, okay, you can see it as well. Oh yeah, you recognise her. You've seen her
Yeah,
in stuff,
yeah.
right? You've seen her in stuff.
Oh yeah, you can see.
And that's her her mother.
Yeah, that's her mum. Yeah. So a
Mm.
bit of a nepo going on. Nepo
Yeah, but
baby.
now, well, there's another Nepo baby in there.
Yeah.
There's Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter,
Yeah.
Maya Hawke,
Ah.
is in the film. This isn't trivia really, but there's some of the names you might have forgotten in there. Obviously, we've mentioned Emil Hirsch is in there. Let's have a little looky see. Quick open. God, this is taking a while.
You panicking?
I'm panicking.
To the Wi-Fi.
Lena Dunham's in it.
Lena Dunham is in it. Yeah. Well, Dakota Fanning. Yeah, let's just talk about her again because George is blind, so you like to fuck his brains out to get a word out of him.
So much.
She only tells him that he's blind, like pretty much after everything else, don't you?
Yeah.
He's tired. By the way, he's blind.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yes.
Also, Scoot McNairy is in it.
Who's that?
You'll recognise him, but what a mad name over here where my thumb is. Scoot McNairy.
No, don't know. Who he
recognise
is.
him.
Which one?
This guy.
I've seen him. Yeah,
But
vaguely.
what a name.
It looks-
Scoot McNairy.
He does look familiar. Like he's been in some
Yeah, he's been
maybe
in some
a
stuff.
Friends episode.
So in terms of everyone's been in Friends. So everyone's been in my Friends. Shocking them.
I don't have any.
But yeah, so
Yeah, we'll get that trivia up. Then so Ben, did you have a favourite scene? Do you have a favourite scene?
my favourite scene. So let me just go through a little bit more of it in my mind. He goes over to Italy. He meets that girl, doesn't he?
Oh,
The
yeah.
Italian woman.
What's her name in it?
Can't
who
remember.
Plays the actress.
She's
Don't
not in
know.
it for a lot
Don't
of
know.
it, is
Yeah,
she?
she only near the end, didn't she?
But
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, go on.
And then comes back. My favourite scene. Don't know. It might be
Is it
the DiCaprio
in the
acting
trailer.
one.
Right, okay.
The one where he does shit acting at first.
Yeah.
And then he fucking does it sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And,
is good.
And he's like, yeah, come on, sexy Hamlet.
Yeah,
Whatever he's saying.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, and it's good, like you said, the whole drinking the bottle and then throwing it away and stuff. And
Yeah.
Oh, do you mean that scene?
What?
The one in the trailer?
What trailer?
When he's in the
Oh,
trailer?
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
in
he
the
fucks
trailer.
it
I thought,
and then he builds up to
when you
that.
say trailer, I keep thinking you mean like
Oh, the movie
Sorry,
trailer.
they call it that in
The
film.
trailer
sorry,
on
like,
YouTube.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
So
it-
you're talking about when Timothy Olyphant's in the scene when he keeps messing the lines up and he keeps being like, I've got it. That
Yeah.
bit, right.
Yeah.
I
Is
thought
that
you
when he
meant
spits the
he's
water
like-
out?
Yeah, and he's like, you better play a chili pepper hard out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really because it's such a mad scene as well. Like
It's so mad as well because you just kind of forget that you're in a
Mm.
film within a film, and then it's like, oh, what's he
It's like
doing?
Inception.
Inception. I was gonna say, yeah.
Within a film, within a film, with a dream, with a dream, with a dream, with a dream. Look at the water at the end of the film. It's not reality. Hans Zimmer. Bloody, it's not Hans Zimmer, is it? Is it Hans Zimmer? He plays the track.
Inception.
Inception, yeah.
Plays the tracks.
No, the guy.
DJ.
Some guy at the back of the thing going, yeah, I'm gonna be we're in LA. Killian. What's up?
No, that's funny. The guy who does the score for the thing is like the DJ. Who was the film's DJ on this one? Oh, it was fucking,
DJ.
Calvin
DJ Zimmer.
Harry.
it's Ennio Morricone. Right. Yeah.
So-
So the obviously thing is with Tarantino is the soundtrack is always sick.
fire.
Yeah,
This
banging.
is no different.
Mhm.
Just tune after tune. You're like it couldn't suit that scene more. If
Yeah.
you could.
Mm.
Like getting in the car or.
Yeah, the
you know.
car scene where Brad Pitt's driving around, that's one of my favourite scenes as well. And maybe the bit that you mentioned before where he comes back to you see his little humble life and that thing, that might be one of the better scenes.
Yeah.
Because it's just like the epitome of like Brad Pitt being this like...
Because it's dead scruffy, innit?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
There's something not cozy, but I kind of relate to like that little scruffy man.
The trailer he lives in,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
caravan or what? You're like, trailer, stop fucking saying trailer. Put it on YouTube yet! No one's bought us! As soon as I leave, sit a bit, Carl. Yeah. Trailer. You're a fucking trailer. And your shit dreams.
What was that bit? Why did we say trailer? Oh yeah, in Brad Pitt's sort of house.
Do you know what? I think all the good scenes in this movie take place in trailers.
Yeah, it says it's
That's the only
pace.
scenes I remember. Everything else I paused.
Yeah. No, DiCaprio has a good scene in his trailer.
Oh yeah, true.
That's one of my
Brad
favourites,
Pitt
I'd say.
has a cool scene with a trailer.
That's one of my favourite scenes, I'd say. Just because it's me, like my humour again.
Which one?
Like where he's like, I'm a fucking drunk. All I do is
it's
fucking
really
drink.
good.
And he's just like proper fuming, like, smashing shit up. Like he's proper like I need like people are laughing at me. Like
yeah. To be fair, you're actually right that all the best scenes happen because there's that one where he's like got his head in a bowl of water and that guy's coming in. Yeah. And he's going like the whole thing of being like, I'm gonna hide your face, I'm gonna make you be completely. And he's like, well, why would you hide my face? Because back then it's like you don't want to cover. You want everyone to see that you are that actor on these little tiny
You're
TVs.
in the mood.
Yeah.
True,
and also there's the bit where is it Kurt Russell? Brad Pitt sat outside of that trailer, and then Kurt Russell comes on, and he's like, when's that conversation where he's like talking about his wife? Yeah, and it's like, did he kill his wife? Yeah, and it's him just sat there with a beer, and she's just screaming at him on a boat, and he's wearing that thing. He just has a silencer pistol.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have a pistol. He has a harpoon.
Oh, harpoon. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Just match.
Fucking kill his wife with that.
Sinister bastard.
But definitely.
I tell you what, he looks bloody good in that bloody fucking swim orange suit that he's got on.
Looks good in everything, mate.
Yeah, well, so what about performance of the film? Which actor do you think?
Just before we do go to that, could we a bit more in detail talk about the ending?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's so like.
So obviously, was you thinking that it's just going to go a lot? Did you know about the Manson family?
Not
happened?
straight away, no.
Right. Okay.
Like after, but yeah, like the whole build up to the film, it's like when you watch the ending, it's like it's a Tarantino like classic thing in it, but it's just like so graphic and like
so obviously like they come up, they knock on the door. Brad Pitt's just took that LSD. Fucking
well, he was gonna finger it first, weren't they? Because Leonardo comes out with the microphone. He's like, "What are you looking at, you fucking ginger?" He's like, "Keep driving." He goes, "Just fucking drive backwards. Don't fucking turn around."
They're like, wasn't that Jake Cahill? Yeah. And like, that was fucking Jake Cahill. I had a lunchbox with him on. And then
is that Ricky Dalton?
His
name in the finger.
And then Maya Hawke like chickens out and runs back and then drives off with the car.
Yeah, she fucks off. But then it's funny because them three just going, "Shh, we'll do, but we'll pitch back." Aren't they the hippies from?
Yeah. So like they're part of the Manson family who were this kind of like cult or whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever.
And it's 6 months later.
What do you mean?
It's like it is based 6 months after he twats that guy in the trailer park, to fix his tire.
What do you mean?
Oh right, okay. So when that event happens, it's 6 months after.
Because it is because when he does all these Italian films, it says like 6 months later, and then he's moved out of that house.
Right. Yeah, and he comes back.
Yeah, so I'm always a bit like, what's taking him 6 months to find out where they? I don't know, but
well, no. Basically, I think that they weren't planning on they didn't know. I think that originally they did have some kind of connection or whatever, but they were just on a random killing spree.
But they also, Manson goes and checks out that house, and he's like, I used to be friends with Roman Polanski.
Yeah, so I think they were slightly connected, maybe.
So he's he's got.
But they weren't like targeting her specifically. It wasn't like what I mean that it took them 6 months to get them because they were just like. Doing cult shit. You know what I mean? Fucking up until they were like, should we just go and fucking
murder some celebrities?
I just love the fact that Leonardo's just fucking chilling in back garden.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And then when she comes through the glass, he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's missed everything, and he like that.
Yeah.
When he's twatting that woman's fucking face off,
So he knocks on that text, doesn't he? And he fucking answers the door, and he's like, got a gun in his face, and Brad Pitt's like,
"Are you real?"
Yeah. Because like you said, he's just had the acid. He's just like. He's like, I'm the devil. He's like, nah, something worse than that.
Because he goes, are you real? And he goes, real as a donut, motherfucker. And he starts laughing.
I remember watching that going,
yeah. And then he does the bit like, I know you guys, I know you. He's like, yeah, I won't forget that pale face and you red over there or whatever. And then he's like, what was it, Rex? And he's like, no, something stupid than that. And then she goes, Tex, shoot him. And he goes, Tex, that's it. And then he goes, and then the dog
just pummels the guy,
and there's just bare chaos.
And then he throws the fucking dog food in her face.
Oh,
he bounces the cat off, and it's so graphic where fucking knows. He's like, Gah! And then the dog grabs her afterwards, and it's like you can hear it in the background. When everyone's kicking off, you see her going, near the chairs and table and that, and he's just like outside, like. Yeah, go hard done.
Yeah, it's mad.
Is so brutal in it because the ginger girl gets her face smashed on the fireplace.
Yeah, she gets brutal.
Rex gets his cock bitten off, and then how does his life end?
I think he just stamps on his face outside the doorway.
American hysterexes him.
Yeah,
and then
the girl gets the gun.
and then she runs out on fire shooting the gun, and then Leonardo DiCaprio sees her crash into the water.
No, she's not on fire then.
Oh no, and she falls into the water and is just firing off. He gets the flamethrower.
Yeah. So what did you think about it?
That I felt
Yeah,
it was
sorry,
just
we were
mad.
just
Yeah,
recasting
just
it.
literally
I
going
just felt
through
like
the
because
whole-
even like afterwards where the ambulance come, the police come, it's like it's not really a big. It doesn't seem like it's a big deal.
No.
But I'm like Leonardo's like just gone in his shed, like Ghostbuster style, put that backpack on and started just casually fucking burning some woman alive, and then Brad Pitt fucking physically just mauled 2 people, just like casually. And it's
it's like breaking and entering, isn't it? So they're like,
no, true, yeah, and it's
like
like
murderers.
yeah.
That's what it is in America. They're like, did they come in your door? And like, yeah, you can shoot the fucking
yeah, you
face
can
off them
fucking like
that.
smash your face off.
Yeah.
But
the
it's like,
fucking-
he loves doing that, doesn't he? Like Quentin fucking doing like Inglourious Basterds was like that. It's like what you know, like let's really kill Hitler. Or
Yeah,
let's, like,
100%.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so that's how he
brutally do it.
justifies the ruthless violence.
Yeah.
Is that these were like,
You already hate them,
yeah, you're acting out some kind of fantasy that you can't
like revenge or something.
do it in real life because you would get arrested.
Does he also get shot in it, Brad, at the end?
He gets his knife.
Well, he gets
through in
a
his
knife
head.
there, and I just felt like, does he get shot as well?
No, I think it's just
Because
a
I felt
knife,
like
It's just a knife.
with him being that sort of alpha
Stuntman,
character and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
and
that-
stuntman as well, it's like
He wouldn't be that.
I thought he would have just gone because he kind of starts going like that on the knife, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
I just felt like he was just
well,
going
he's
to go.
also on acid, isn't he? So he's like,
Right, true. Yeah, that's
so it's as if
realistic.
he's like-
But yeah, because I felt like he got shot as well. I felt like he got shot as well, and that's why I just went like, because you heard the gunshot go off. You don't know where the first bullet went, but then next thing you see him just like hit the floor. So it's like shit.
True,
Like, I felt like,
right.
oh, he's dead.
Brad.
No way.
Bradley Pitt.
Bradley, no,
William
I've seen you
Bradley
on
Pitt.
the chase.
Right. So that's
Performance.
Bradley Walsh, isn't it?
Um,
Yeah. So performances of the film.
it's got to be between the two on it.
Should we do best and worst?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Should we start doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
pick Leo. Well, Brad Pitt won an Oscar.
Did it?
He won the best supporting actor. Yeah.
Did
What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's kind of mad.
I felt like it wasn't like an Oscar-worthy performance. I don't know. You see, like Whiplash, for example, like that
Yeah.
intense, like
Yeah.
because Brad Pitt's character's too like kind of laid back and cool.
Yeah, he's just being Brad.
He's
Brad
sick
Pitt, yeah.
acting, obviously. Like he's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
mint with the accent and
Yeah.
the his presence and everything. But when I found out he won an Oscar for it, I thought maybe it just wasn't a good year for nominees or.
It seemed like at the time, with what I saw when the speech was happening, it seemed like it was almost, with the Departed, where they're like, Martin Scorsese should get this one there, and The Revenant, Leonardo DiCaprio should get this one.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's Brad Pitt's
Well,
time.
he's already won. That was his second one.
Right.
Because
Well,
I
maybe in
remember
this,
watching the ceremony. Like I just clicked on
Right.
just a quick video, 2019 Oscars.
What else?
For
did
Brad
he win
Pitt.
for?
I don't know, but he just went, This is a second Oscar for Brad Pitt. And then I was like,
Right.
what did he win the first one for? I could have a look actually.
Yeah, have a little look.
Even Benjamin
Um,
Button.
Yeah, it might have been that, actually. Yeah, I think it might have been. Worst. Who has the worst one?
I'm gonna go with Al
Lena
Pacino.
Dunham. Oh yeah, Al
He just
Pacino.
annoys me like fucking.
Boom,
Yeah.
bam.
I feel like because it's Al Pacino, it's like he'll get away with it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I love Al Pacino.
Yeah,
in-
he's one of the
in-
best.
In Godfather
Mm.
and other
But
films.
when he's like, now that him, like the Irishman lot, are also like old and they're just like stereotypes of themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bit like that, really.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I agree that it is a difficult
but
watch.
best performance, yeah. I mean, probably gonna have to go with Leo.
Again, it's exasperated Leo though, which is nothing wrong with it, but that is his
What?
classic like like
That's
in every
true.
film, like he's
That
doing
is
the thing
true.
again, which
Yeah,
is fine.
that
He's
is true.
great at it though, but he is doing it again.
I think that yeah, just like his little kind of his little accent, and he for some reason I feel like in a lot of films when he's trying to do like an accent or an affectation, it seems a little bit too like I'm not really, it's not like Daniel Day-Lewis where I'm like that is so good.
Yeah,
With
Yeah.
DiCaprio sometimes like in Blood Diamond and stuff.
yeah,
and
Blood Diamonds.
Gangs of New York, he's trying to do an
Mm.
Irish accent. Sometimes I'll be like, And
Yeah,
I don't think he really nailed it back when he was younger, but whereas now I feel like he's more mature and, he's able to like deliver and put in that
Yeah.
little stutter and stuff and,
yeah, that was really good.
and
like
make
that.
it not too much.
Yeah, because that is a good thing about it is he doesn't overact at any point in this. It's all very like, it's almost as if him and Brad Pitt know it very well, so can play it. And as well, I saw interviews where him and Tarantino, like he's sending him all these videos, and he's DiCaprio's asking him all these questions about like what should I watch, who am I like, asking like questions like what would he have for breakfast, shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Like going way too much into it. So having that little, because adding a stutter to a character, or a twitch like in Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal it could be like almost like new film student being like, I know, I'll add a stutter, but he's done it well. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that your favourite as well?
I do like Brad Pitt in it. I think the reason I like Brad Pitt in it is because he's like the cool character is never corny. I don't think.
Yeah, he's very like cool. Calm,
it's cool, but it's also like
kind of role in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got it spot on it. Whereas the worst one for me, one of the worst ones, while you've said Pacino, is Austin Butler, where his whole coolness is like, and I guess that's what that guy would be like forced coolness, but he's very much like, I don't know, it's just annoying and like.
Yeah, I'm not a massive Austin Butler fan anyway. He's a bit, I don't know. He did play that villain in June 2, didn't he?
Oh, I've not seen June 2 yet.
June 2.
Interesting.
July.
2 Junes. July. But yeah, so you're going to go with Brad Pitt. What about
I'll
you,
probably say
Carlos?
Probably say Brad Pitt as well, just for the mention. Like,
what about Leo?
I've got to not be biased like a footy fan. I think just with like mention about Brad, like he's not over the top, nothing's cringe. Like he just plays it superbly well. Like just nice and calm and.
Trying to think of other notable mentions.
Margaret Qualley.
Margaret Qualley, yeah,
she's
definitely. Yeah, she is good.
Even like Dakota Fanning, like being such a nasty, weird
Dakota
character.
Fanning's a little madhead, like little sexy bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know who like worst because I watched it once. Like, but Al Pacino probably like the way he is in that. Like, I felt like he was gonna have like a much bigger role, but it was just a case of like, no, chuck Pacino in because. His name.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's not going to do a bad job. And
it felt like that. Yeah.
Yeah, as if like, I'll get Pacino in it as well.
And it's like I said, I've got nothing but like, he's one of the greatest actors ever in here, but in that film, it's just a bit like far-fetched, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose at this point in Pacino's career, it's not like he's like, I get to work with Tarantino.
He's just like,
what scene am I in now?
Yeah, he's like, what,
Who
20
am
mil?
I?
So,
yeah.
I'll be there.
It's trivia time? Have we ever done the
best performance?
Yeah. So. No, we won't just go with it.
By the way, Brad Pitt did win another Oscar, but it was Best Picture for 12 Years.
Slave.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I'm guessing he directed it or something.
No, he was just in it.
Right.
But sometimes I think that they say like sometimes the Oscar for Best Picture goes to everybody who was in the cast. Everybody who was involved in the production. I think maybe.
Right. Okay.
It's like an all-encompassing one.
Okay.
I'm guessing at that.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm having a little guess. What are you going to do? Sue me?
Sue him. Guess
God,
away.
what's that comment for? Ben was guessing.
His bank details are on screen now if you want to sue him. So China refused the film a certificate for release in the country, strongly hinting that the issue was the way the film portrayed Bruce Lee, and that an edit which eliminated the Lee-related material would get approval for release. Quentin Tarantino responded by publicly stating he would not edit any of the film. He was like, "Fuck China." So,
China.
Yeah. Brad Pitt ad-libbed the line, "You're Rick fucking Dalton," based on, I've said that's told you that already. Margot Robbie wore some of Sharon Tate's real jewellery provided by Sharon Tate's sister.
That's weird.
Who gives a fuck?
Wearing it. No, go on.
That's the bracelet. Sick, that man.
Mate, I'm buzzing.
What are you pointing at?
No, I was just saying next time I watch it, I'll just go see that.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, the bracelet, we should get the picture.
The acting was so good that you did that. I thought it was like you were pointing something over there.
Should have me in these Once Upon a Time in Manchester.
We should make it. This one, the party sequence at the Playboy Mansion when it's all like, look at Margot Robbie, she's all like dancing, was filmed at the actual Playboy Mansion. Because Tarantino had been a guest of Hugh Hefner on a number of occasions.
Oh, getting his end away.
Yeah, baby, I'm not biting.
Buried.
I'm not biting. You were biting, weren't you?
I'm not biting your nipple.
I'm not biting. I'm not going down there.
Luke Perry, remember the character in the film that Rick Dalton's in? When he comes in and he's like the father of that little girl or the uncle or something. He died anyway, last film.
It was his last film, he died on set.
He died anyway.
He's fucking dead.
Next one.
Tarantino did not approach Roman Polanski. He admitted at the press conference. Do you know the whole deal with Roman Polanski?
No.
So Roman Polanski
Right,
made a bunch of
Listen
films.
to this.
Right, made a bunch of films.
You'll
and
love this.
Yeah, right. Made a bunch of films. People like great.
Who made a bunch
mate.
of films? Sorry.
Roman Polanski.
Okay. It was just because you went, listen to this, and you saw it, Robert Polanski is, and I was like, just begin when.
Okay.
Just begin when. Go on.
Can I start now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roman Polanski. Go on.
Roman Polanski, right, was a director. Directed loads of films that film critics were like, oh. And what he also did though was be a little nonce.
What did he do?
He was like a nonce. He nonced a load of. He didn't he marry like a teenage girl or something and
Yeah,
he did a
I
load of
actually don't know the
noncery.
details, but everyone in Hollywood.
So everyone's
thinks
like fucking.
he's a
Roman
pedo,
Polanski. And
basically.
he's been hidden out. He's not come back to America for years and stuff.
Is he dead now? Or is he
No, I think he's
Still
might
alive.
still be
Well, them
alive.
sort of
Yeah,
people do
still
normally
out there.
live.
And allegedly, I guess we have to say that. No, he did not approach him. Tarantino didn't. He admitted at a press conference in Cannes, but Tarantino asked for and received help from Sharon Tate's sister. Yeah, I guess that. Why would you reproach Roman Polanski though?
reproach
Cool.
him.
Reproach? Why would you reproach him?
I hate reproaching
You
my
little
mates.
nonce.
Never mind, bloody Roman fucking Polanski. Yeah, fucking hell. Are you Roman or are you from Poland?
Yeah, exactly.
Make your mind up, nonce. Make your mind up, you fucking nonce. Are you from Rome or are you from Poland?
Fucking nonce.
Are you from both? 50-50 nonce.
Roman Polanski.
Breaking news is Roman Polanski has
Go
been
make a
found by
movie.
B.Silver. It's on the roof of Steel House. Made of steel. Man of steel.
So DiCaprio and Pitt said that they got along so well
They
that
bummed.
they bummed. Whoa! They were like, we'll work together on another film. Do you know Mark Maron, the comedian Mark Maron?
I hate him.
Oh yeah, I hate him for.
No, I'm
but-
not joking. No.
All right, well,
Don't
even if you
mind
don't, he did one right after this film that he got them. So there's a podcast with both of them.
I've listened
Great.
to it.
And Brad Pitt's like seems such a cool. Oh, I fucking love Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
I think
you
he's
love
more
him,
of my
don't
Do
boyfriend.
not cheat
than-
on Jake
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal.
Think Jake
I feel
Gyllenhaal.
like Jake Gyllenhaal, get the fuck out of here. Brad Pitt's my man.
Well, you can't take all the men.
I know.
Who's
I'll
your
save
man?
some for you.
Yeah, I've got no one left.
Oh, no.
Give him Jake.
I'm gonna have to have a bloody woman.
No, never.
Never.
Only men.
If you leave me now.
In this podcast, we don't fancy women. We only berate them. Anyway, that's not true. Cut that out.
Please don't post that.
It just suddenly cut now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to really rewatch. It was just a silly joke, but it doesn't make any sense. So I'll give you some more.
Give me some more.
Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. Phil, give me
Here's
more.
some more. Eager to work with Tarantino, Leonardo DiCaprio was like, I'll take a 25% pay cut from his usual 20 million salary.
Oh,
Holiest of molies.
fucking hell! How the hell did he get by that year?
Exactly. I bet he was,
That was
on the
£5 million. He only got 15 million. Gutted.
Bloody
Good.
hell! Is that the right maths?
Again,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the fast maths.
Carl is a mathematical genius.
Genies. So, Quentin Tarantino said he worked on a screenplay for 5 years and it was probably his most personal.
Oh, okay. Quent.
Because he apparently killed a bunch of people with his dog.
Yeah.
Who tried to
It's
break
very
into his
personal.
home. It's very personal.
Probably
yes.
the most autobiographical film of my life.
Especially the Playboy Mansion.
All right.
Oh, right.
Wow. Editor Frank Raskin's first assembly of the film was 4 hours and 20 minutes. 4:20, brother.
So they had to cut an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, how much? 2 hours and 40. Yeah, so there would have been a lot
They
of
cut
that
2
film.
hours out.
An
Yeah.
hour and 40.
Why don't you release it?
Yeah, just
Release
give
it
us...
for an hour. Beat Titanic.
Yeah.
In the cinema. Come on. It's half a shift.
For those guys.
But yeah, so Gordon Ramsay
right,
chilling
I'll
with a
tell you
little.
I'll go to the spoilers part of the trivia.
Spoilers.
Yeah, so a flashback shows Rick Dalton training to use a flamethrower and recoiling from the heat it generates. This was Leonardo DiCaprio's genuine reaction, and Tarantino was like, let's keep that in there. When Cliff recognizes the family members, blah, 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 blah. I'm the devil. I came to do the devil's business. The real-life Tex Watson said this exact phrase to the victims at Sharon Tate's house before they were murdered. Who knows that? Like, one of them would be murdered and they're like, just right.
What are they doing?
He said this at the end. Like, what? How's that recorded?
I'm sick of these bloody journalists.
I know.
Making
up
money, chatting
lies.
shit.
Right, so
Let's rate this film.
should
Rate this
we
shit.
rate the hell out of it?
Yes,
Philip
because
first.
we've been trivia'd out. 5.
Ooh, 5 stars.
5.
Okay.
Because even though it's not like, there are parts in it where I'm not like, oh, they're just like pretty good. It's still sick, and I could watch it anytime. So whenever someone has it on, it's one of those that if someone had it on, you're passing through the living room, you'd be like, oh, this scene's sick, and you'd you'd sit down.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I
It's
think
that
like
kind of
that as
film.
well. Like I would come in and like, even if that person hasn't seen it,
Yeah,
just gone,
yeah.
mate, watch this.
True.
Like
And-
try and not give it away, kind of thing.
Yeah, I like all the performances. It's good that it's like Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, who I've watched through my childhood and stuff, are at this peak point in their careers where they work together on this film that's about Hollywood, and it's Tarantino, and it's just this nice mix of all these different things. Watch it in the cinema, first Tarantino film
Yeah,
I
I'm
watched in
gutted
the
I didn't
cinema.
watch it in the cinema. To be fair,
Next one. Last one. Apparently. Apparently his last one, the next one. He says.
last
yeah,
one.
yeah.
10 films. he says
Leonardo
he'll do.
best be in it.
But yeah, 5.
5 stars. That's good shout. I think, yeah, I know what you mean. It is a good synthesis of popular culture. And also, I feel like when Quentin, like, after many, many years, like, give it 10 years maybe,
Yeah.
and if I don't watch this film for another 5 years, when I watch it again, I'll be like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
True.
Probably one of them. It might not be, it might be annoying, but like, I'm probably gonna give it a 4 right now. The way that I feel about it, probably, because like I said, I've just watched it loads.
Yeah.
Recently, like over the past past 5 years,
Yeah.
I've been gorging on fucking.
And to be fair, a 5 would really, if something you've watched loads stood. Let's say if you watch a film you've watched as a kid, and it was still like, whoa, this is so sick. That's really a 5 then. Whereas a 4 is a strong like. I do love this film, but it's kind of annoying me a bit now.
But the thing is as well is that like, because I go through like phases of watching like in my life, like a Tarantino binge, and like partly because I revisit his influence on cinema culture, because if cinema's like regarded as the most popular like art form, like obviously like music is kind of similar, but you know what I mean, like and Quentin Tarantino's just come in there. He worked in a video shop,
True.
just like some guy,
So
and he
mad
was
that
like, "Oh, I'm just gonna completely become the sickest."
I love films so much.
Yeah, and he's like
a,
mad like
But like he
savant
worked
of-
around it as well.
You what?
Like a video shop he worked.
Yeah,
in.
no, exactly. That's
So
what I
he's just
mean.
like, I'm gonna have my own videos in it,
Yeah, no, exactly.
or DVDs or whatever, and just think,
Yeah, no, this is it. And like, so every time I go back to it, I'm like fucking watching it through the lens of like, can't believe this one sick guy made all these. But sorry, this one like film nerd made all these sick.
Yeah.
because every 9 films,
Yeah.
and it's mad as well. Like he has that mindset to just say, I'm gonna do one last one, and that's it. Then I can
Yeah.
look back and go, these 10 films are all mega films.
We'll see we'll see if he does just do one more. He
Yeah.
wanted to do Casino Royale, He wanted to do a Bond
Really?
film and make it like
Make it gory near the end,
gory
like that,
and shit, and
smashing
like
some woman's face
yeah,
off
yeah,
a
and
fucking-
have a narrator because like the book and stuff like that. Man,
What is this before Casino Royale came
yeah,
out?
he was like, let me do it, and they're like, nah, it's mad that.
No, really.
Yeah.
Would have been interesting.
To
To be
be
fair,
fair,
Casino Royale is actually sick.
It is sick, yeah, but
Daniel Craig's first one. It.
Yeah. It's probably the only good Bond film that he was in.
One of the things you were saying then, in a way, when you were watching it, and you're thinking about Tarantino when you're watching it, which makes him like kind of one of the characters in the film, which is a weird thing. He's never on screen. He's not actually.
He's
a
been in a
character,
few of
but
his own films as well.
He has,
hasn't
yeah. But it's almost like you're considering the director just as much as some of the actors because it's about him in a way. And like,
no. That this is the thing is that like it's a weird experience to watch a Tarantino film because he's so talked about and so like revered that like you're watching it with this weird analyzing lens, whereas the first time when like proper got into say like Pulp Fiction or Kill Bill maybe, I think Django's probably my favourite.
Right.
Should we do a little favourite? What's your favourite Tarantino film? I mean, we've gone over here, but
Not even had my rating.
Oh yeah, sorry, Carl.
Again, just
Sorry.
fuck off, Carl.
Sorry, I just
No.
I was chatting
No,
shit
it
for
was
time.
interesting
then.
though.
Right, okay, go on. What do you rate it?
I think only seen it once. I think if I see it a few more times, I will definitely give it a 5.
Yeah.
But only seen it once. I've got to like
Visualize
visualize it again
Yeah,
and again. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a proper solid 4.
Sick.
nice.
That's very fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
on the first time as well,
No,
watching
definitely.
it. But again, like you mentioned, Quentin Tarantino, all the people in it, you just know it's gonna be sick before you know the theme and the
Yeah,
music. Everything's
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
always bob
Spot
on.
on. Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Solid 4.
No, it's sick as fuck.
Yes.
But yeah, all right. Well, let's call it a day there.
Yeah, we'll do a separate pod on favourite directors or a
Yeah.
director's favourite films.
Still,
We could rate,
next week maybe a film in that.
Yeah. No,
rate
definitely.
like Scorsese films, Tarantino, whatever. Lots
Well,
more
listen,
to come,
that has
folks.
been an amazing episode. Once upon a time in Hollywood. Like, subscribe. This has been Silver Screentime. I've been Karl Porter.
That's Phill Sutton, and I'm
B.Silver.
That's the way we do it.